Greetings friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're flying a challenge flight. Sometime last year I was challenged by a viewer to find the longest CRJ-200 flight I could book and take it and enjoy all the loveliness that is a CRJ-200. So it just so happens that one of the longest CRJ-200 flights I could find is out of my home airport of Boise here. It's scheduled for 2 hours and 24 minutes. From Boise to LAX. Let's get through security and enjoy all the loveliness that is a CRJ.
Before I get to the backstory and the sources of discomfort on the CRJ, please take a second to like and subscribe. And now let's get into the rest of today's trip report.
Here's the story behind my dislike of the CRJ-200 in particular. None of the CRJs are that fabulous in my opinion. A lot of people have criticized me from that particular point of view over the years. Don't really care. You can like what you like and dislike what you dislike. It's up to you. My very first international trip was way back now in 2009. I took my mother to Paris and London, and we came back to Minneapolis. So back in those days, to get back to Boise from Minneapolis, there were direct flights with Delta on an MD-80, MD-83, doesn't really matter, or a CRJ-200. Those were your choices, and so we were on the CRJ-200. I didn't have any knowledge or wisdom about airplanes back then. Returning from Europe is all a daytime flight, didn't sleep a bit, tired from 2 countries, and here I am plopped on a CRJ-200 for about 3.5 hours from Minneapolis to Boise. Just miserable. It still is the worst flight experience I have ever had since 2009 for sure. I'm gonna hang out here by the big windows for a few more minutes and then head down to my gate. Honoring those who serve by Alaska. Very sweet. And to all those who did serve, thank you for your service. My Devil's Chariot has arrived. That's a Jeb Brooks reference for those of you who watch. My friend Matt Cochran calls these Reginalds, and I call them torture tubes. So I guess it's time to go to the gate. If you've not flown on a CRJ-200, 700, or 900, they basically don't have room for your overhead bags. I will be doing a carry-on with a drop the bag on the ramp. So I got to go get a little tag for my bag so they know it's a carry-on bag. And I will collect it on the ramp at the other end. If I wouldn't have had a lost bag this last week, I probably would have checked, but so this is kind of a new experience for me. I haven't done this for years and years, so let's see how it goes. So they offer $8 Wi-Fi, but I'm pretty sure I saw that this flight does not have any Wi-Fi. Yep, no power, no Wi-Fi. Yay, CRJ. Carry-on tag is applied.
Problem number 1 is more of the seating area versus the seat. Seat Guru says the seat is 17 inches wide. However, the fuselage curvature and the hidden structural ribs of the aircraft make the effective seating area at the shoulder height much less than 17 inches. As a result, you'll be squeezed against the fuselage for the duration of the flight if you have the unfortunate luck to have a single-serving friend sitting next to you. The next annoyance for me as a passenger on the CRJ is the window placement. I love to look out the window, but to look out the window on a CRJ-200, you have to kind of bend and twist your neck. Every flight I've ever taken on a CRJ-200, I've left the flight with a sore, twisted neck. In addition, I'm only 5'9" these days, and as you can see in this frame here, there's very little room between the top of my head and the overhead lights, air vents, etc. If I was any taller, I'd probably be banging my head against the ceiling. That's no fun.
I am uncomfortably seated in for my shoulder is already being ground into the wall. I have expectations of a completely full flight today, so no room on this particular CRJ, which is unfortunate. Time to go.
Flight time, a little bit of a headwind slow sound. This shorter flight is going to be 1 hour and 49 minutes at 32,000 feet. In the back, we have our wonderful flight attendant, Cheryl. 3-point direction.
Flight got shorter somehow. I'll take it. One thing did occur to me that's not bad about the CRJ, as long as you're not sitting in the very, very back. The engines are mounted on the back of the aircraft, unlike most modern aircraft where the engine are on the wings. This results in a little bit more quiet in the cabin, unless you're sitting in the back row. The thing to do on the CRJ-200, at least for me, is I like to kind of scrunch down and slouch in my seat. Then I don't have to bend my neck so far. When you're slouched down, the top of the window is almost at eye level. Makes it a little better, but by the end of the flight, I will have a sore neck from like twisting my neck to look out the window. Our menu today looks like Coca-Cola products. I know none of this is available. I wonder if they have any of that available.
So during the flight, I thought I was looking at clouds the entire day, until I bent my neck and twisted it and looked up, and lo and behold, we were flying above the cloud banks. On today's flight, snack was a stoop waffle, which of course is lovely but full of gluten, and my Coke Zero. It's that time again. Time for the snack du jour.
What is
Snack
du jour?
It's the
snack.
of the day.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
My snack du jour were sesame snaps. I've been eating these since I was a kid, and they're still one of my favorites. Sweet, crunchy, and yummy.
Welcome to Los Angeles, where the local time is 6:05. Please stay comfortably seated until the seatbelt sign is off.
The mad scramble to get off of this airplane. Just over 2 hours and 10 minutes on the Reginald, on the torture tube. All right, let's wrap up the CRJ-200. I'm gonna be getting on one on Friday. It's Monday, I got some other flying to do. But after Friday, I will be going back to my avoidance policy for the CRJ-200. Feels really good to stand up and like stretch out. Very cramped, seats are very hard. Not a lot of built-in comfort for humans, at least that's my take. If you have any questions or comments about the torture tube, please post those below. I'm happy to respond, and catch me tomorrow, and hopefully everything is a breeze. That's a teaser. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and reminder bells, and I will see you tomorrow, breezing my way to New York City-ish. Bye-bye.